Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Trip Around the Multiverse with your hosts, the uber duper Cody Stan Kyle. And in the last episode I said I was doing it solo, like one, but today I have a special guest, a good friend of mine volunteered his services, and he's going to help me review it. And this is Eric. Everyone meet Eric.
A friendo, if you will.
Friendo, yes. Who we met from another podcast about 5 years ago now, isn't it?
It's actually, you're not going to believe this. It's been 6 years, man. 6 years ago, I met you outside of the Tokyo Dome.
Yeah, because I was in Japan to go and see Wrestle Kingdom. I think I've mentioned this on this show. And then I was looking for something to do, and I tweeted this podcast we both listened to, Going in Raw, saying, yeah, I'm in Japan, saw Tokyo Dome. We saw Wrestle Kingdom, blah, blah, blah. And then Eric reached out and said, oh, yeah, we've got a ticket to go and see the Studio Ghibli tour. I was like, oh, yeah, cool, I'll do that. And then he showed me around Japan, because him and his wife were living there at the time. And we've been friends ever since.
Yes, Kyle is one of the best friendos.
Yes, I love this guy and his wife. They're like, we've met a couple of times, because both times when you came to the UK, right? There's only once.
No, we've seen you 3 times. I'm not going to go into everything we've ever done since you've been there, but like it was pre-pandemic, during the pandemic, and post-pandemic. We've seen you. So,
and then hopefully again very soon when I hopefully come to Italy to spend time. Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Awesome. So yeah, he's going to help me with Wrestle Kingdom, WrestleMania, the
WrestleMania
version of Wrestle Kingdom, if you want to put it that way. Yeah. So before we go into like the matches and stuff, overall, what did you think of WrestleMania 40?
Night 2 was it was I think a great mix of like pro wrestling with like little wonderful sprinkles of sports entertainment. So overall, I was significantly happier with it than night 1. I'd go back and I'd watch it again. Night 1, I might not watch again.
See, for me, like night 1, like looking back at it now, was like you said, kind of the more sports entertaining, spectacle sort of thing. Yeah. And night 2 focused more on the in-ring wrestling ability and story within both the ring and the story leading up to it, which I thought that's a quite interesting take to sort of take wrestling, because that's kind of what New Japan kind of do, but I've not done that well.
Yeah. I'm not a New Japan stan at all.
No. Well, it was like, and one thing you'll give to WWE, when it comes to like WrestleMania, even the terrible ones, like they still come off as a spectacle, but then you think about it later, like, wait, that was kind of terrible.
Yeah. If you ever have a chance to go and watch WrestleMania 27, you will see this face with a different color hair, but you will see this face in the third row of WrestleMania 27, which is kind of universally hated.
Yeah.
But being there in person was a whole nother thing. There's so much audio that they don't show you. I've been to, what was it? We counted the other day, 21 WrestleManias of the last 40.
Oh wow!
Yeah. Oh, you grew up in New York. You can go anywhere and do anything. So I've been to really good ones. I've been to really bad ones. But they're always heightened, and there's more energy when you're live. So being home, I don't want to sound like I'm bashing on WrestleMania, but like I did like night 1. I just like night 2 better. Yeah. I guess that's a better way to put it. I enjoyed both, and I think that rolls into the phrase that I'm hearing over and over and over again this weekend, and I think that's because of the quote new era that we're in, and I think that's why. I'm forever gonna be a Paul Levesque guy.
Dude, I've always been a Paul Levesque guy. I always mention this. As I call him Papa H. I used to call him Uncle Trips, but now he's Papa H. Alright. I was a fan of his when he ditched DX, got rid of the long trousers, started wearing the tights, and then became.
Were you a fan of the bicycle shorts?
That to this day still confuses me. It wasn't until like years later when he did an interview and it kind of explained why. I was like, oh, okay, that makes
leg
sense.
surgery, the quad surgery and stuff. Yeah,
like, oh, that makes sense. And it made me have more respect for him. Like, oh wow, you was like in probably a lot of pain, but yet you still eked it out and beat Goldberg. Was that when he against Goldberg, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Goldberg. Let's not go into that, but yeah. So
did that. Yeah, well, we're not going to talk about Goldberg and how he threw Asuka under the bus.
Yeah, even though years ago when she did approach his winning streak, he congratulated her and said her name properly, but then now he doesn't know how to say her name.
But yeah, definitely Triple H. Triple H is him and his wife Stephanie. They're the way forward.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see more of what happens next, and I'm really interested because Backlash is in France this year.
Yep.
And they haven't had anything in a while, and I'm wondering like how much effort they're going to put into the international markets. I'm wondering how hot Backlash is going to be, but that's for another time.
I know with a lot of the European stuff, like even when they had Clash of the Castle, was it last year? Or maybe the year before. Whatever year it was. That was 2 years ago. Last year was we saw you last year for Money in the Bank.
Money
in the Bank, yeah.
So I think Clash of the Castle was the year before, and you getting Clash at the Castle again this year.
Yeah. So which I might go to, depends on how much.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Might, but a lot of the good thing about having the PLEs in like Europe, people from all around will travel there because it's pretty cheap to travel from like within Europe. So I think they will make a lot of money from that. And then there's also a weird rumor that I think new rumor that next year's Royal Rumble may be in the UK.
Oh, that would a UK crowd with a Rumble. That'll be hot. That'll be freaking amazing.
I'll sell my kidney to go. So.
Ooh,
yeah.
I think you need those for your running.
Yeah, well, I can probably grow one back. I don't know. I don't know how biology works. I'm no scientist. All right, so sorry.
I was gonna say. So, your thoughts on night 2, like WrestleMania overall?
Overall, loved it. Possibly, I would say it's probably my second favorite WrestleMania. Obviously, my first favorite would be WrestleMania 31 because I was there with the Seth cash-in, so bias there. But this is probably close second with WrestleMania 30.
All right.
Yeah, because of the whole Yes movement, but then because I love Cody and what happened may push it over a bit above WrestleMania 30. Because I
thought you were going to say WrestleMania 39 and WrestleMania 40 because you're such a Cody mark.
Oh yeah, I forgot. See, bits of 39 I kind of blank out because of what happened. Even though I understood it at the time. I was like, yeah, it makes sense for him to lose. Even though a part of me died that day. But I was like, no, it makes sense for him to lose. So we get this moment now. You know?
Oh, were you a Cody crybaby?
No, I wasn't. That whole thing confused me anyway. I was like, wait, what? Why would you do that?
Well, I mean, we found out why.
Yeah.
So it all panned out for the best. And
they made it make sense. Great. So I was like, oh, okay, I let it go. And it made the final boss, so what more can we ask for?
That final boss entrance was, like I said, I enjoyed parts of night one, and that's one of those things. The sports entertaining side, the entrances, the final boss, that's easily top 10 entrances of all time for me. That was so cool.
that I'm pretty sure that cost the budget for that alone must have been like in the millions because
yeah. And he probably just like threw pocket change at it. He's like, make it happen.
There you go. That's my cheap meal money. So it's all right.
Oh my God, it's cheat meals. We're not going to talk about that.
No. But overall, so yeah, combine them together. Great. Night 2, like you said, it overshadows Night 1 in my opinion. Like Night 1 was good. The main event of Night 1 was probably the best thing of Night 1. And then, actually, and Sammy and Gunther, but
I was going to say, don't take my brain buster away from me.
No, dude, like. I couldn't believe that happened. I was like, oh.
The two things that stick out, like besides Rock's entrance, was the brain buster.
Yeah.
And I messaged you about this, and I was like, let me know when you see Jay kick Jimmy's head off in the corner. Yeah. And people are not happy with that match in the storyline, and I get why. But that kick, whoo.
Yeah. But like, I did enjoy the Usos match. But I kind of got from it. It's kind of like Matt and Jeff Hardy match.
Like there should be chemistry, but there's not enough of it.
Yeah, and I feel like if they do this again, it might, like, say a year from now, it might be better.
Yeah, I wonder what the bloodline will be like in a year to make that comeback, or maybe it'll just be a personal, brother feud.
Yeah, because I reckon they could do another one where there's a feud's involved. Then they could do a third one where it's just like they're okay with each other. Like, yeah, let's retire each other at WrestleMania, sort of thing. Yeah.
I know it's not going to happen, but if there was a title involved, I feel like it would elevate the feud and just give it a little more. But there's the people that the titles are on now could be there for a year.
Yeah.
So we the Levesque era, we don't know he likes long-term storytelling, so we'll find out.
He doesn't book for people with ADHD.
Me.
Yeah, and me to the point like, I agree with all of this, but I'm excited. Before we go on to Night 2, then let's talk a little bit about like matches you enjoyed from Night 1, besides like the Sammy and the main event. What did you think of the Becky Rhea match?
Okay, so I'm gonna take commentary out of it because I went back and watched. I'm not gonna lie to you. I went back and watched it.
Yeah.
I had it switched over to Italian. Much better commentary. I didn't have to hear about her 102-degree fever. They never mentioned that once.
Oh, I never knew she had a fever.
Or that she had strep throat, right? I like that match, and I like what they did. I feel like I'm not even trying to tiptoe around. I'm just trying to come up with the words. I think that match, even though it was given some time, I don't think it was given enough time. Normally when we see Becky, it's in like 15, 20, 25-minute matches.
Yes.
And I feel like that match was rushed just ever so slightly. And I feel like if there was just a few more minutes, because I feel like the ending was pushed out. Other than that, I thought that was a really good match. Rhea won in dominant fashion, as she should.
Yeah, she should. Yeah.
So that was good. My gosh, I'm drawing a blank just because Night 2 is so fresh in my brain. So there was that. There was the 6-man tag.
Yeah. Yes.
Sorry, not 6-man tag. The tag team turmoil.
Yeah.
Ladder match. That was very sports entertaining, and I loved it. Also, my favorite part of that match, I don't care what anybody says, R-Truth is a treasure.
Yeah, he's
and he needs to be protected
at all cost.
Yeah, protected at all cost. Him rolling up and pinning someone and counting to 3.
Yeah.
And waiting for the hot tag from Miz, and Miz obliging and giving him the hot tag.
That made Miz I'm gonna have to do it because he's not gonna do
Yep.
anything else. And I was like, yeah, that's these two work together. They work. I like them as a tag team.
Also, like I had never thought about this. Like this being one, his only win at WrestleMania, and two, his first title.
Yeah.
Like outside of the 24/7,
Wait,
which was gold. I don't care what anybody says.
I think he's been. I know he was US champion by mistake.
Yes.
And then he was tag champions once with Cody. Not Cody, Kofi. Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah, I think this was like years ago. I think this might be like 2010.
Okay. They were. Oh, maybe they had a little bit of revisionist history in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, like who I did feel bad for in that match though was A-Town Down Under. Like they won the belts and they teleported out and they didn't get to celebrate. Like
no, it's kind of like
and I
overshadowed.
Yeah, I kind of felt like they devalued the SmackDown.
Yeah.
But in all fairness, the Raw tag champs and the tag scene is much denser than on SmackDown.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping now that the titles are split that'll change.
Yeah.
So there was that.
I do agree. What they should have done when A-Town Down Under won, they, like you said, should have just teleported out and then carried on. Or give them like a 2 minutes where they can hold the belt. Yeah, we won, and then just get out of there. Yeah. But no, they got murdered.
They did. I was like, why are they going for the other? They're not going to get the other titles, and a murder was committed.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, that gets them out of the match for a bit, I guess.
So who else? What else was there? Help me out here.
There was that Sam Gunther we spoke about. LW versus El Fantasma. What are they called? Santos Escobar's team. Oh, what are they called?
Santos Escobar.
Legasmo?
No. Legado del Fantasma.
Yeah, there we go. Something like that.
I probably butchered the heck out of that because I'm going off muscle memory for that one in my brain.
I was going to say LWO is LWO, but it's not the same.
I accidentally, because I was talking to my wife last night, and she's like, "Who are these people?" I was like, "Oh, it's the LWO versus the full-blooded Italians," knowing full well we haven't seen the full-blooded Italians in like 25 years.
Who recently apparently turned up in TNA.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I thought it was a joke, but no, they turned up in TNA.
Maybe they can partner with Joe Hendry. No. Vin Joe Hendry. But no, look out Del Fantasma. Spot Fest. Yes. The dual moonsaults, the launching. Me personally, because of my time that I watched wrestling, I would have enjoyed it more if Carlito was in the match, and I want them to do something with Carlito.
Yeah.
But also, I feel like the match. This one's gonna sound weird. I feel like that match could have been cut short to make more time for the first match.
Yes, but I think the first match might have been like, I'm gonna use commentary here because they kept them popping.
Go for it.
Maybe because Becky was still ill. Maybe that's why they was like, okay, we need to. She's gonna probably.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That totally makes sense. Sorry, I should have prefaced it with like, given the circumstances, if she wasn't sick.
If she was pretty well, I reckon the match would have been a bit longer. Yeah. But she did it right. But but I really thought that Santos and Dom would have won because it would have made like even between him and his dad. But I guess
I think this theory. In my little circle of people, we think next year Dom is going to retire Ray.
Yeah.
You think so too?
I think that's all. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think Ray's kind of come into the twilight. He's like, yeah, I can still move, but I don't want to travel that much anymore. So.
Right. He wants that sweet Legends job where he just gets to go around and do meet and greets.
Yep, and then just appears on TV every now and then and say, "Hey, remember me?" And then that's it. And then
he also this was a long time ago.
Yeah.
When they were trying to retire him early, he was like, "I'd be fine doing color commentating, and having him at the Spanish announce table would be freaking crazy."
Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised they don't really get like, I'll say like famous Hispanic wrestlers on the commentary for the Spanish team, but because like on the English one, it always has either got like you've had JBL, Jerry King Lawler, Booker T, all these people who are former wrestlers, Corey Graves,
CM Punk, who we got again tonight.
Yeah, Phil.
Can't have Philadelphia without Phil.
Nope. And then what else was on that night?
See, night 2's fresh in the brain. Night 1's out.
Night 1, I can't remember. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess we.
I think we talked. I think we got
Yeah. So we'll move on to night 2 of the epic event. So as the show started, we got a little recap of the night before, and then Stephanie comes out and tells everyone about the new era, the Levesque era. Yeah. Kind of buries her dad in a weird way. I felt like, oh, okay.
I mean, as she should.
Yeah. Because it's like, I don't really normally get into politics and stuff when it comes to this podcast stuff. But it kind of spoke volumes when Name Redacted left the company, and then Stephanie came back. And then when he came back, Stephanie automatically left. That kind of speaks volumes. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't even like. I used to jokingly do Name Redacted's voice, and I don't even do it anymore.
I don't do it either. Because terrible person.
Yes.
Like, here's a little behind the scenes about the podcast stuff. I say about a month or two before the allegations come out, we recorded an episode about like his career and the character of Name Redacted, and then I think I was about to put it out, and then it all came out. I was like, "Yep, that's gonna stay on the hard drive and never to be spoke up ever again." So, yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but like, would you ever release it as like a hot take and just disable comments on it just to have it out there in the world?
Maybe, because it's like we talk about the character of him, and then like we throw little jokes and stuff in there. But I don't know, people might take it and think, hey, yeah, we support Mr.
Like, why are you talking about this POS? Yeah. I totally get it. Yeah.
So like, oh, yeah, I'll keep that on the back burner just in case. Yeah. But yeah, so then we go to match 1 of the night, which is the Scottish psychopath, the formerly chosen one, again, name redacted there, Drew McIntyre versus the world heavyweight champion, Seth freaking Rollins, which I thought was a nice little touch. On his lower third when he came out, it said how long he had the title for. I was like, oh, that's pretty nice.
Yes.
315 days. Oh, that's cool.
They did a good job having him solidify that title meant something.
Yeah. Because at first, like, Roman kind of, like, buried him before, like, this is...
Yeah, he did.
This is a secondary title. It's nothing. Like, oh, what's that? And then they kind of have brought it back up to, like, being kind of prominent, you know. Now that we'll get to what happens at the end has got it. I think that's quite interesting. I was like, oh, that's quite interesting.
Can I ask you about Drew's entrance? Yes. What's your take on Drew's entrance?
I liked it.
Really?
Because it kind of reminded me of one. I can't remember. I think it was WrestleMania before or something where he had a kind of a smaller version of that with people playing the drums and the bagpipes. I was like, oh, okay. Oh.
That's where I'm at. Like, I think it's cool, but it's redundant for me. Like, they're not changing.
No.
They're not changing his entrance.
Yeah.
I'm assuming he has a stamp of approval on it. So if he loves it, go with it. If it like gets him hyped up for his match, that's great. But I'm like, can we get something a little different than a sword and a bagpipe?
Yeah, he could have done something, at least like ride out on a dragon or something. You know, something a little bit different.
Oh my gosh. All right. So 2024. Clash at the Castle. Drew rides out on a dragon.
Yep, a real dragon. Somehow they use like genetics and stuff and create a dragon just for this. And then you know, the film Reign of Fire never happens. That's a little like deep cut there. I don't think anyone remembers that film.
No, I'm sorry, I don't.
Yeah, don't. It's a weird film. And Seth, yeah, Drew's entrance was quite awesome, and then we had Seth's Mardi Gras sort of entrance, which.
Okay, so that group is very specific. So I've been to Philly. I've been to Philly during parties. Those people have parades in the streets.
Okay. Yeah.
And they're a very eclectic group of people, and they do a performance. And imagine trying to keep up that amount of energy for like an hour and a half as you're marching through Philly. So those people are crazy, and it's a lot of fun. And I felt that they matched Seth's quirky character, like the flamboyant side of it, and I really enjoyed it. Also, just the part where like they're surrounding the ring, and Drew's just like, "Get me out of this! I don't want to be here.
This is ruining my buzz, man." Yeah,
right.
And I liked how they kind of circled the ring about 3 times, and they like kept the high five in the commentary. And I think even like either Pat McAfee or Corey Graves made the like I think like so this is like the second time you've come around to give you a high five.
Yeah. And Punk's like, I got a broken arm. Got a broken arm.
Got broken arm.
Get away from me.
Oh, you know that killed him inside because he's Mr. No Fun. But yeah. Then the match started, and I thought they were going to put a Daniel Bryan Sheamus WrestleMania 28, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Where
wasn't 27.
27, yeah. As soon as the bell hits, Claymore. Like, oh. And I would have bought it because of the night before.
What happened the night previously?
Yeah. I was like, oh, I can't buy that. But then no, Seth kicked out. Match carried on for a while. This match was kind of like, in a way, spam the super button, but in moments rather than just like spam. It was like, okay, wrestle for a minute, super bar goes up, hit finisher or signature, kick out, get the super bar up again. Yeah, so it wasn't that much of a
like to your point. I felt that they buried the Claymore in this match as a finisher.
Yeah.
Like, I get that Cody spam Crossroads.
Yeah.
But that's Roman Reigns. He's had the title for 13 days. Drew's just a contender.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Seth, how many Claymores did he give? I think 6.
I think gave him 6. Pretty sure.
And I felt like maybe if he did the DDT and like Seth popped back up and he gave him a Claymore, that should have been it.
Yeah.
But he just, like you said, he spammed the button, and it was a bit much.
But you know what I've kind of noticed, especially like WrestleMania and stuff. I've noticed the last like 4 or 5 years when like Drew's been his main event sort of thing, that the Claymore when it comes to WrestleMania is watered down. Any other, if I was like Black Clash or something like that, 2 Claymores probably would have finished anyone. But WrestleMania, there's always like several Claymores, and then
yeah. Question for you about Drew.
Yes. This
is the nitpickiest thing, and I know Name Redacted made him do this, and he's sticking with it.
Yeah.
I want him to get rid of the counting.
Yeah.
Like I kind of like the Claymore as like the kick version of the RKO. Like he does it out of nowhere. So don't count. Just kick his head off. Yes. And I would love it so much more.
Because I got it at first to like kind of make him to a face, like, you know, getting the crowd involved with the 1, 2, 3 and that stuff. But now he's like super hater Drew McIntyre. Yeah, you know, you don't need to do that. Just Claymore someone's head off. So, But another thing
match.
I noticed.
I'm sorry.
When it comes to like the pedigree, especially when Cody does it. I don't know if it's because he's doing it to bigger people. He never kind of hooks the arms right.
Cody and his little. Okay. I'm speaking from this clearly from a professional wrestling point of view.
Yeah.
I am not saying that Cody is a small human being, but
Yeah.
compared to other people in the business, like people like him and Seth, they have tiny little baby bird arms.
Yes.
So
Which I
they're
noticed a
trying
lot
to,
yesterday. I was like, oh wow.
yeah. So they're trying to. Seth sometimes can't hook it.
Yeah.
Like he didn't get to hook Drew. Like he got his arms under, but he didn't hook it. But yeah, right. Totally noticed that.
Yeah.
Right there with you.
Because I just noticed, I was like, oh, that's weird. Well, I'll probably, now it's probably edged my brain, so I'm going to look at it for it all the time. And there was one bit where Seth tried to do like a super stomp, and then Drew moved, and then literally just went and caught him in a future shock. Like, oh, what was Seth thinking? He's like, what?
That's another thing. Sometimes he makes the future shock look really good.
Yeah.
Like he'll put a lot of force back into it, like kind of how Jake Roberts used to do with a double arm.
Yeah.
I'm aging myself,
Wow.
but yeah, like when Jake did it, he looked like he put his entire body behind it and spiked the person on their head. Like sometimes when Drew does it, I'm like,
yeah,
he committed a murder. So, but sometimes when he does it, I was like, oh, he put him down nice and gently.
Yeah, because you know the old the Dirty Deeds, not the Paradigm Shift, the Dirty Deeds.
Yeah,
that was kind of like a weaker version of Future Shock when I look at it now, because it landed the same sort of way. Like, oh, okay. Wasn't as, I don't know. Dirty Deeds never seemed as violent.
The Dean Ambrose character was a hot mess.
Yeah, he had his moments, and then
he did.
A lot of terrible moments after WrestleMania 32. Yeah, he kind of had a lot of terrible moments.
Oh, I blame Brock.
Yeah, name redacted.
Sorry, name redacted.
Name redacted number 2. Yeah. Which I'll get onto that later about with name redacted number 2. And then there's a bit where Drew starts showboating and like playing with CM Punk, like, you can't do anything, I can do GTS. And then he goes through GTS. Seth does a small package and then kicks out at 2. I think it might be at 1. And then as soon as Seth gets up, he gets another Claymore. I was like, oh, okay.
So can I tell you how that GTS looked for me? Yeah. I blinked at the wrong moment. So I actually saw him put him up for it, and I saw him come down, and I was like, I blinked when I guess Seth was in air, and when I opened up my eyes, he was already down, and Drew's feet were on the ground. I was like, did it not work? And then I blinked again, and he's in a small package. I'm like, that sequence of events did not work out the way I think it was supposed to.
I was gonna say, was like, did I blink out, like sleep for a second? Like, no, that's what happened. Okay. And then
I went back and watched it again.
See, I might have to do that. Because I'm not gonna lie, I probably rewatched night 2 before I go to bed tonight. Oh, help me put me to sleep. That sounds really weird. Not in a bad way, but yeah. and then it's Claymore. Seth kicks out at 2. Drew gets pissed off. Goes to the outside, gets all the stuff for the announce table, and then goes to give
that poor announce table.
Yeah, I know. How many times did they get replaced over this night? Because
I feel like, well, there was a couple times it didn't go through. It was just cleared off.
Yeah.
But I think it broke 3 times.
3 times, I'm pretty sure. Both of them. Yeah, I think both of them 3 times.
You're more accurate with your numbers than me. Like, I misremember crap all the time. So I'm going to go with 3. But if, let me know later how far I'm off or if I'm accurate.
Because it's probably my notes here as well. I've probably made a note of it. And then, he goes to set him up for a powerbomb. Seth gets out, lands on the Spanish announce table, runs off the Spanish announce table, and then gives Drew a stomp on the announce table. On the what kind of I want to say UK announce table. No, the normal announce table. Yeah, I'll think of it.
You can just say, I would say the English announce table or the color commentary announce table, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. My vocabulary changed between color commentary or English because I just don't remember stuff.
Because color commentary is done in every language. Just you normally hear it in English.
And then he throws Drew into the ring, and then this is it was weird because threw Drew into the ring, and then when Seth was coming in, this is when Drew hit him the final Claymore and then got the win. I was like, oh. So,
it's like, all right,
yeah.
okay, that was a quick.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I thought something else would happen then the Claymore, but no, okay. I buy the finish, and then Drew becomes the world heavyweight champion. I kind of liked his moment. He's looking at the belt like, I finally got one wanted. You know, the crowd are here, even though they're booing me, but they're here.
Like, I saw him staring at. I was trying to decipher like his emotion versus his character staring at the title. I was like,
yeah,
he looks happy, but he doesn't look happy enough, and he doesn't look convinced that he just won, which led into
what happens next. Yeah, and I kind of like that. And then you see Seth kind of walk out, and he's like, "Yeah, you're the better man than me." And then I think he kind of, I don't know what he says to him, and he nods at him.
I feel like he said, "You got this one," or "You've earned it this time."
Yeah,
something. You know, we can always go back and read lips.
Yeah. And then how Drew kind of like, "Yeah, I got this," and then straight afterwards goes to being a dick again. He goes over to the announce table, and starts taunting CM Punk.
Look, Dickhead Drew is one of the greatest things that has happened in the past like 4 months. It really is.
I love it. It's like he's king hater. It's just him and AJ are like king haters at this moment. the petty things they do just to try and get at someone is amazing. So
I don't. This is for later, but is anybody really more petty than AJ?
No.
Okay, cool.
What he does to be petty is like, that takes a lot of pettiness to do what you do.
Yeah.
Oh. So then, he comes on the announce table, starts mocking, showing the belt to CM Punk, like insulting him and stuff like that. And CM Punk's like, yeah, cool, all right, well, you know, I've got.
He's like, I can't hear you. I have these headphones on. I'm trying to read your lips.
So he's just mouthing off, and then he tells him to suck it. And then CM Punk's like, you know what, I've had enough. And he sweeps out Drew's leg.
Yep.
Drew falls down the announce table, takes like a pretty convincing bump. Like, that's pretty cool. And then
beats
Punk
the crap out of him with a brace.
Yep. Clotheslines him sort of, and then Punk's in all awe of what he's done. Like, he deserved it. And then all you hear is dun 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 dun.
And the smirk on Punk's face.
Yeah, it's like that's priceless. Like,
he's like, well, he got. We'll see how this plays out.
Yep. And then Senior Money in the Bank comes running down to the ring, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm cashing in." Then he grabs Drew, gives him the South of Heaven chokeslam for the 1, 2, 3, and now we have a new World Heavyweight Champion.
I feel like that South of Heaven chokeslam was better because it was on someone his height, so Drew was able to the height on that one was better than normal, and I really liked it.
I loved it. I was like, oh wow. But then I had a moment of like, oh no, they might make him like a fool, and like somehow Damien is not successful. I had like a second. I was like, oh no, they're gonna do that, ain't they? But no, he.
Oh, not me, no.
And I was like, yeah, cool. And it plays more into like Drew's like character, like, wow, I had it all, and then I lost it because I'm a dick.
Are we calling it Twitter or X?
Yes, I call it Twitter because I'm old. But
okay, cool, Twitter. So on Twitter/X, when Damian Priest came out, Judgment Day was like, "We got this," and I was like, "Oh, spoilers."
Yeah.
So it was, that happened. I had to turn Twitter off for the rest of.
Because I had to do the same for like night one because I had to get up early the next day, so I didn't watch night one live. So literally, it weren't until about 5 p.m. my time when I started watching. Even then, I didn't go into social media like say 10 o'clock Sunday night because I didn't want to get anything spoiled. And I was quite happy about that. I actually got through.
I'm right there with you. I haven't opened up my social media yet.
Yeah.
Or even my YouTube for myself or All Access Arcade, like nothing. I am terrified to open it up because I'm going to wait until tomorrow. I'm terrified to open it up and see the amount of notifications.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot. Because even when I uploaded night one's review, literally, as soon as the page loaded up, I clicked on the add video. Just didn't even look. It's like, yeah, thank God I'm not getting spoiled for anything. Even I've already seen it, but didn't all get my like views tampered with by someone else's views. Yeah. Okay, and I'm going on to the second match, which was
the street fight.
Yes,
the Philly street fight, which cool for we got, if I remember correctly, we got Snoop Dogg.
Yep, he's the best.
So question, because I didn't quite understand the gin and juice thing on the ring. Was that like an actual drink, or was it they promoting like an anniversary for the album?
No,
I didn't catch that.
Because I only caught it by, because I was paying attention for a second. Snoop said that him and Dr. Dre have actually come up with their own gin and juice.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Selling it. I was like, oh, okay. Like you, I thought it was like an anniversary for the album, because the album must be like come up to 30 years old at this point. I think it's like early 90s anyway. So yeah. So I thought, oh, it might be tribute to that. I was like, no, we've got our own drinks coming out. And then they were trying to sell it. So, oh, okay, cool. Snoop. Yeah.
And then
I dig what you're selling, because I like you. And
Bubba Ray came out.
Yeah. Yeah, that I didn't know about that. I was surprised. Like, oh,
neither did I. I didn't put 2 and 2 together until he was like halfway down the ring. I was like, oh, ECW did Philly did Philadelphia Street Fight did. But at first I was like, why?
Yeah, I was like, of all people, for some reason I was like, if they brought Devon, for me it would have made more sense, because he worked there for years afterwards. So it kind of made more sense to me. But Bubba Ray, because he's like that weird polarizing character on the internet, like, that's a bit weird to bring him in.
And he played out his things later on in the match were really good.
Really good, yeah. So it was Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits, who they had.
They're called the Pride, right?
Yeah, because waiting from the corner that never did. Versus the Final Testament.
Do you think they tried out the name and the name didn't catch, so they dropped it, or do you think they'll bring it back up just because maybe they had already pre-designed graphics for WrestleMania?
I think they like use it. I think they must have like tried to test it. Or the only other thing I can think of is they went to use it and they found out it's been copywritten for something else. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But then I don't know, because I feel like that's something the name redacted era would do, you know, like not research into something and then make millions of like merch for it and realize, oh, we can't use it because of copyright.
At least we're not gonna get a blurry yeet shirt out of it.
That was, ooh, don't know how that happened.
We came up with a sound for it. It wasn't yeet. It was
copyright free version of. So, this match, it was a good come down match, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, it was just fun, really, you know.
I thought that they would showcase the women more, but I keep forgetting that B-Fab is still kind of in her, like, I don't want to say her infancy, but she doesn't have a whole lot of reps. And why can't I remember Karrion Kross's significant other's name? Scarlett. Does she even wrestle?
Yeah,
and I don't mean that in a mean way. Like, I don't think I've ever seen her wrestle.
I used to think the same, and then it wasn't till she was, because her and Karrion Kross was in Impact for a while.
Yeah.
But she got there before him, and she was actually putting on good wrestling matches. And
okay.
I think I always thought that they only brought her in just to be his side, like obviously he's manager, but she can actually wrestle. I think she was like a champion in AAA at some point. Oh, yeah. So I find it weird they've never actually got her to wrestle at this point.
Because just the way she walks and carries herself, I figured she was a wrestler, like on the indies, maybe.
Yeah.
And they just, I don't know, maybe we'll see more of her in the future.
Because the clips I've seen of her wrestling, like in Impact and AAA, she's really good.
Yeah.
So
okay. I'll go after maybe sometime this week. I'll go and take a look at that.
Yeah. She's not just a pretty face, as they would say. And then, so, there's so many spots in this match. It's like, and bits of it happened so fast, I couldn't like pay attention. Like, oh wait, what? Oh, Okay.
The kendo six disintegrating was my favorite. Those kendo six just like, disintegrated
on Lashley's back. Like, wow.
He was holding it too. He's like, "This is the handle. This is the tip. It's gone." There's
one spot I do remember. I remember a few spots. When Montez does his usual dive over the turnbuckle, which always looks amazing. But I'm worried that he might overshoot it one day and land in the crowd.
I'm always afraid he's gonna hit his head on the freaking.
Yeah. And then there was the women when B-Fab gave Scarlett a Russian leg sweep from the apron onto the ladder. That looked kind of like, oh, you could have mistimed that, and that would have not been really.
Yeah. Also, I don't think Scarlett was wearing Scarlett shoes as she does because it's part of her character, but I don't think she was wearing wrestling shoes.
No, because heels were like at least 9 inches long. It was like huge heels. Like, how are you getting around in those? I can't remember what else happened. Looking for my notes, like
no, you're good. Then
murder Bobby.
Yeah.
Survived.
I legit I thought this match was really good.
Yeah, same.
At showcasing the Street Profits.
Yeah.
And I just had the name on the tip of my tongue and I can't remember. Who are the other ones?
Authors of Pain.
Yes.
Yeah.
Authors of Pain. I wanted to say Authors of Profits just because I said profits. I was like, that wouldn't make any sense. No, I thought it did a good job. I thought Bobby and Karrion did a good job of like being in the match, but elevating that part of their factions. I thought that was really cool.
Because like they all looked strong. Like they didn't really come off as like both tag teams in the match didn't come off as just a henchman.
Yeah.
It came off like pretty. Oh yeah, I can buy this.
You know who came off as a henchman? He was the only person to do nothing in the entire match.
Who?
Because he's old as heck.
Oh yeah. Paul Ellering, yeah, because you know he's old and like the slight change in wind may have like crippled him. Like, I haven't got the algorithm. But the Bubba Ray spot, that was pretty good because
that's what I was gonna get back. Yeah. So like when Karrion got in his face and then he pulled out the glasses and then I love the very subtle nonchalant. He's like, open the legs. You do this. Okay, you get up to the top.
Yeah.
And jump. And it was freaking hilarious. And I And I love the fact that Angelo Dawkins was the one to replace Devon in that thing. I think, hear me out, just from a sports entertainment perspective, if you're going to do that part, have the other one step aside and have Bubba Ray Dudley hold the legs of why Angelo Dawkins does it. I felt like that would have kind of elevated Dawkins in a weird way.
Yeah, would have, because he's like the not lesser known, but he gets.
Oh no, trust me. Everybody thinks he's second. Like if they split up, I don't know what they're gonna do with him. Even though he's super freaking talented.
Yeah, and I feel bad about it. And then there was another bit when Bubba was putting the glasses. I like how Snoop was on comedy. Like, oh no, Bubba, don't put on those glasses.
Can we talk about just because it was during that match?
Yeah.
In his infatuation with Trick Williams, he just is screaming, "Whoop that trick!" for like. He's like, whoop that. It started out, whoop that trick, whoop that trick. Then he's like, whoop that. And he turned into the actual chant. And I was like, is he trying to get the chant going or is he just really happy?
I think he's like, I feel like Snoop's just really happy. You can tell he's just happy to be there. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if if he was doing it for free. Because he just seems like he enjoys himself that much. That he's like, just promote my thing. I don't really want money. And reestablishing his wrestling image after that botched frog splash in AEW. He reestablished it from last year when he called the audible with the Miz.
Dude, 100%. But yeah, Snoop is a treasure.
Yeah, he's protected at all costs. Then the finish was there was a bit where they did the table spot where Bubba slaps Bobby. Then Bobby slaps Montez, and Montez slaps Dawkins, and they'll say, get the tables. Then they get the tables, put people through the tables. Yeah, because Montez does his frog splash or something through the table, if I remember correctly.
That frog splash, I actually went back and watched, and I was like, who got higher, him or Logan Paul?
I don't know.
Because they're both like
maybe because Logan didn't have to travel as much as so he may have got higher, but I still think Dawkins was better. They both were impressive. Yeah. And then Bobby. Oh yeah, no, they do that, and they put Kieran Cross for the table, and they get the win. Yeah.
Yep.
The Pride win, and everyone's happy.
If they keep the name The Pride, are you all right with it, or do you want it to just be Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits?
I don't know. I think The Pride is just easier to say. Other than Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. And then maybe you got to add B-Fab in there as well. So it's like, if you just say Pride, like, okay, that makes sense, yeah. Or they could do that weird thing, like, you know, the Undisputed Era used to be. It was like, when they all wrestled separately, they were their names. But then whenever the tag team, they was known as Undisputed Era. Yeah. Okay. Unless they did that. Well, actually, no, that wouldn't make sense. We got Street Profits. That's our tag name. Never mind.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
And then,
you know, you have your collective group and you have your separate entities.
Yeah. Kind of like Bullet Club kind of used to do, but then it went too far with all the sub-factions and whatever it is now.
You and I were there for the death of the Bullet Club.
Yeah. My first Wrestle Kingdom as well. Yeah. Oh, I often think about that day, but
I'm not going to go on a rant about this, but I was there for Dominion when everybody won everything, and that is probably top 5 pay-per-views for me I've ever attended. It was amazing.
And then you saw the opposite when they lost everything.
And then I saw the exact collapse 6 months later. But yeah.
And then we had a promo package for the Mr. LeKnight versus AJ Styles.
Who names their kid Los Angeles Knight?
R.I.P. Bray. I loved it. And this is where, like you're saying, this is why AJ is king hater of all the haters. He flew literally a whole day.
Oh, by the way, since we're talking about him flying to Perth,
yes,
this is my extreme Perth, my Perth wrestling shirt that I got. I went to Perth's version of WrestleMania, and I got this shirt there, and it was an amazing, amazing indie scene. And I would go back and see it again if I ever get the chance.
Yeah, and I've got my sticker that you gave me on my wall.
Yes.
Yeah, see. But where the camera is, you can't really see it, but it's there. And one day, because I say it's not. It's kind of close. I might be going to New Zealand, but I don't know yet. So. It's either New
Zealand. Have I ever given you Okada dollars?
Yes, you did. Yes, I still have that.
Okay.
Yeah. One of my prized possessions, Okada dollars.
One of my prized possessions.
And this match, first of all, AJ came out with new music.
New music.
Yeah.
Which he, I went after this is the one piece of social media that kind of bled through just because like 5 or 6 of my friends really like AJ's old theme.
Yeah.
So they're sending it to me and they're like, check it out. So he was talking to Chris Van Vliet about how, this is a new character. This is a new reiteration of AJ Styles. Yeah. I need new music. So we're going to try it and see if it sticks. If not, we're going to have to do something else. I didn't hear the lyrics. I barely got the tone because I was so caught off guard by it. But I felt like it was a little more menacing, which fits his new character.
Yeah. Because I kind of remember the beginning bit because I think he says you don't want none. And then I think all this other stuff happens. And then because he literally just ran to the ring, you didn't really get to like know where it is. It's like, oh, okay. You could have just done like everyone else and like, take like 3 minutes, walk down that ramp, and then, so I could at least get a gist.
I'm very happy that the ramp was slightly shorter than normal this year.
Yeah, which was that? I can't remember which WrestleMania where it was, where it was like, I'm pretty sure like a mile long. Because I just remember the
You mean?
scene where you see Charles Robinson running down, and it like
Yep.
it cuts like several times, and he's still running away, running. Oh, which...
Oh,
I think only twice in a lifetime. Whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
Hilarious. But this match, I am a fan of it, Mr. Knight, and got the character and stuff, and I kind of sometimes forget that he can actually, it's gonna sound really bad, can actually wrestle. Because you know, mostly he's kind of like character based, where yeah, and like this match proving, oh no, he can wrestle. I keep forgetting. I should kind of not think of him.
I felt like this was, for the better lack of a phrase, like a classic wrestling match.
Yes.
Like, this is what you would have seen in the mid card.
Yeah.
Like, for the longest time. And I'm totally cool with that because it was a solid match.
Yeah. Because I think I kind of, as soon as I saw him kind of do that running baseball slide through the second row, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this is where it's going. And then they had their brawl and everything. And even when he did that springboard tornado DDT, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Didn't know LA Knight leaves his feet. Okay.
LA Knight's got ups. Like,
yeah,
jumping to that top rope all the time. I'm like, every time I see him do that, I'm like, please don't blow out your quads.
Yeah. Don't give A Shane, yeah.
But seriously, next time you see him do that, watch how much his quads flex. I'm like,
one day
you're gonna crap yourself up there one day.
Yeah.
But I know you're in better shape than I will ever be, so I'm not really gonna judge you. But oh my gosh, he's like you said, he's got talent and he can wrestle, and he showed that in this match. And I don't feel like he has. I don't know if it's that he doesn't want to, and maybe he wants to promote his character more and be that person instead of being known for wrestling. Or do you think he's still fine? Like, he's been in the business forever. Do you think he's still like figuring it out?
I feel like a bit of both, because either I feel like, you know what, he feels like, don't put on those sort of matches all the time because then my body's gonna be messed up. If I sort of be more character based, I can longer out my career, and like every now and then, like a WrestleMania or whatever, I'll pull out those stops like he did today.
So the Miz,
basically, the Miz, So, but I remember like a year ago, I would have thought. I'm gonna say a year ago, around June of last year, I would have thought that it would have been Logan Paul versus LA Knight at WrestleMania for the title, but
same.
Him and AJ did good, so I'm happy with it.
I'm not actually. So I was thinking LA Knight, or I thought they might put it on Dom.
Yeah, for Ultra Heat. Yeah. All the heat.
Dude, Ultra Heat's gonna be Logan Paul and tag teaming.
Yeah, they should be tag team champions. they will. Every arena would just like give them choruses of boos if them two become tag champions. Some of the cool spots, like you said, when he jumped to the top rope and gave AJ a top rope German suplex, which if anyone else took that, I'd have been worried, but I know AJ knows how to bump. So he got over that rotated just in time to like land on his front rather than on his head or something.
I was a little worried about that one too, but also I feel like LA Knight, he's been in the business for a while, so I don't think he would have done anything with someone he didn't think could handle it.
Yeah. But commentary they said something, I was like, oh, I didn't know that. Apparently them two have been, LA Knight and AJ have been in like multiple like wrestling companies with each other. Like, wait, really? Oh. Then I was thinking like,
they didn't cross paths in TNA.
No, because AJ was out end of 2014, and when did they? Yeah.
Where else would they have been? Because it was like TNA, Japan, WWE.
Yeah.
And like he had a little sprinkling of the indies.
Yeah. But I started trying to think, I was like, when did this happen? Because when
we're gonna have to look in Google.
Google it something at some point. So yeah, commentary and all that stuff.
I have a question for you about LA Knight. The BFT.
Yeah.
I think it's a crap move.
Yeah.
Do you think that it's because of the people that he's doing it with, or that he doesn't really know how to make it look good?
I think, I mean, honestly, I think it's a mixture of both.
Okay.
Because like AJ sold it pretty well, and then some people don't.
It's like some people put their hands out way too early, and it just looks like,
Yeah. It's like a crappy version, a worse
which I
version
mean,
of the face crushing finale. Yeah.
like you gotta watch yourself. I get it. You gotta protect the money maker. You do, but
You do.
or maybe it could be camera direction. Maybe camera direction's terrible, and it's a really good move.
Because like in TNA, he had like 2 finishes. One was like a running knee, and then if I remember, then a clothesline or something. And then he had the gravy train with kind of like a back body drop to rock bottom. And that was pretty good. But I guess
I love how the gravy train's now just a catchphrase.
Yes. Gravy train. And maybe he needs to change the finish. I don't know.
I feel like because he's such a meaty dude, I feel like he would do really good with a submission.
Yeah. Because he's like huge, so
he's not a small guy. He's like, when I look at him, I'm like, oh, you're Billy Gunn big.
Yeah. Billy Gunn. But now Billy Gunn's like uncomfortably looking big. Because he's old as well. It's like, oh, it just doesn't look...
Big dude.
Yeah.
Big meaty men slapping meat.
Any other cool sport? The match is good.
The match was good. It was not a spot fest. Like there's the backdrop on the outside, which made me think of classic pro wrestling that I talked about in the beginning. But other than the backdrop, what was that underneath the mat? Like it was all connected and everything. It wasn't just concrete.
If I'm correct, I think it's because it's like a football stadium, right?
Yeah.
I think to protect the grass or the AstroTurf, what they use for it, they put like these plastic slabs over, like Lego-ish plastic slabs to get together, and then they're easy to remove. Because like, I think they kind of do the same with like ice, when like when they have like on ice hockey fields and stuff like that. But I could be wrong. Because I was looking, I was like, oh, that's weird. And then. Yeah,
sorry, the sun literally just set and everything just got pitch black.
Because we're starting to get a bit dark here as well. I think we've got like another hour of sunlight. The springboard was pretty cool when AJ went to do 450 springboard and then like got his knees up.
Whenever AJ goes up to the top rope to do a springboard, it's always I'm always in awe. Like he always makes it look so effortless.
Yeah, it's like he's like, yeah, I can do it. Like it's nothing. Oh, that's pretty cool. AJ at 46, I think he is. 45, 46. Yeah. And then the fight goes on for a bit more. LA Knight goes for like a BFT, reverses it into a Styles Clash.
Yes.
Yeah. I was like, wait, how does that work? And then,
but he didn't get the clash off.
No, because Knight got out of it, and then there's a bit of a tussle. He pushes Knight into the. He pushes Knight pushes Styles into the corner, and then as he's coming off, he catches him in BFT, and then gets the 1, 2, 3. And
did you think LA Knight was going to win this match? Because I didn't. That's the one thing I can say about this build-up is they were both kind of built equally in a weird way. Like I didn't know who was going to win.
This one, same with you. I was like, maybe. Like, there's a part of me is like, no, LA Knight's going to win because technically he's a good guy in his feud. Because realistically, they're not really. Well, AJ's more the bad one because he flew to Perth to just hit the dude with a chair. So, like if AJ won, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Because he newly found bad guy needs a win to be credible, but he's AJ Styles, so he's already credible.
Yeah, because like AJ's one of those guys like. He could lose like 7 matches in a row, and then same the week after, he's fighting for the title. You can buy it straight away. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. You wouldn't be like, oh, that's a weird Jinder Mahal thing. But no, that makes sense. Yeah.
At least it's not a Colossus.
Yeah, a Colossus. Oh, poor Jinder.
Yeah.
And then we had a little recap of the Hall of Fame with a tribute to Wyatt. And then we move into the fourth match, which is for the US title, which has,
best T-shirt of the night.
Yes, with Mr. Kevin Owens. The Viper Randy Orton and the Maverick Logan Paul. The build-up package was pretty cool, and they all had like elaborate entrances. Like Logan Paul came out in that huge Prime truck with the Prime cannon, and then Prime bottle.
The Prime cannon was priceless.
Yeah, I was like, oh, is he gonna spray like Prime into the crowd? And I was like, oh no, it's
that's what I wanted to happen. I wanted him to go like straight Kurt Angle, Stone Cold, like wetting people, and it didn't happen.
It's a weird cannon. Okay, and then Kevin Owens comes out, but just before that, he's walking backstage, and we kind of have a repeat of last night where he was there when Sammy's about to go out. Sammy was there this time, like, Kevin, you got this. He slaps him like a cool slap, and then they embrace. Kevin goes off and goes, "Rah, Kevin Owens." Then he's about to walk down the ramp, and he's like, "Hey, that's too long." Then he goes back.
I love it. He's like, "I'm gonna be gassed."
And then he gets a golf cart, drives it halfway down,
and then
Randy's.
I hear voices.
Skirt. He reverses all the way back up, and he convinces Randy like, "Yeah, you want to get on it?" Randy's like, "You know what? Yeah." And then
that fucking handlebar. Sorry, excuse my language. It was.
It's just the joy on both of their faces driving down. I was like, "This is amazing!" Like Randy's having the time of his life because he looks so excited, just like driving down. Like
hey. He's like, calm, slow down a little bit. Also, I like big beefy Randy. New big beefy Randy's wonderful.
He's awesome. Like last couple of years, I've liked Randy Orton. He's just like, you could tell he's just having fun at this point. He's like, yeah, you know, I don't think he's serious.
Hot take: I miss mustache Randy Orton.
Oh, mustache Randy Orton was hilarious because it made no sense. It made him look like kind of perfect.
It was freaking weird, and like you're like. You don't want to say anything bad about him, though.
You're like, but... And then the other one was when Randy... When he had that weird bit when he had, like, the hair transplant. During the Wyatt family bit, when he joined them, he had, like, super long hair for a moment where he had to, like, flip it over. And then it was gone. I was like, oh, okay. I don't think it was a hair transplant. It was just weird. It was like...
Yeah, no, I remember, but you are 1,000,000% right. He is enjoying life, and we should enjoy him as long as he's still around.
Yeah,
because we don't know how many more.
No, especially he's doing it for like 22 years at this point. That's crazy. So the match starts with basically Logan tries to get Randy and Kevin to fight each other. They're like, no, we're going to beat you up. And they spend like the next 10 minutes just like beating the crap out of them.
And then when they finally get to each other, I forgot what the sequence was when, I think Logan pushed Owens into Randy. And then Randy's like, da-da-da-da-da. And they both kick the crap out of Logan one more time. And then they're like, what are we going to do this? We're going to do it. And they just start beating the crap out of each other. And it was one. And they're literally saying, "Are we going to do this now? Are we going to what? We're going to fine." And then bam, 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 bam.
Like the hockey sort of fight. I was like, "Oh, that's cool."
Yes.
And so then cool. Lots of other stuff happens in that. There was one bit where I think it's just after that bit, and then Logan does his Maverick shot lariat, like his version. Of
he did the double, to them,
like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Which. Again, with the leg injuries, I'm always worried he's going to botch it.
Yeah. I feel like he might botch it and then, like, blow something.
Yeah. He hasn't. So good on him, but that's all the private lessons with Shawn Michaels that he's admitted to.
Oh, is it? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he talked about it on his show, which, God, I can't remember. It was after his second pay-per-view appearance. He's like, Sean's helped me out so much. Like, there's so many people in the performance center help me out. They know that I really want to do this and I want to succeed and So he's had a lot of private lessons.
Oh, good on him then. Like, at least it kind of shows that he's not just there for the paycheck. Best way of me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I'm trying to do my best to keep the character separated and focus on the character.
Same. Yeah.
But what else? Oh, he had a great. So normally Logan Paul's a spot fest. Yes. He's not like a techno. He's a spot fest, and there was. I'm trying to remember the actual order of sequences, but he took out Owens and he took out Randy, and then flipped onto Owens, or he took out Owens and then flipped onto Randy.
Yeah,
it was smooth.
Yeah, he did the swanton onto Owens, because Owens first tried to do his swanton. Logan got nose up, then he went up, did his swanton, and then as he rolled out the swanton, he did like a standing frog splash to Orton. Yeah.
Yes, I thought that was a really cool sequence.
That was really cool.
That was really cool.
Even the camera angle, in the replay, it looked pretty good. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fluid.
I didn't mark out for it, but I was like, damn. All right, kid.
Like clap. You know, you're doing well. Then there was another cool spot when I think Kevin Owens gives Randy a code breaker, and then while doing that, sentons onto Logan.
Yes, that was really cool.
That's really cool.
I felt like the three of them.
Yeah.
Give me your thought on this, but I feel like they actually took time to plan out this match.
Yes, you can tell
nothing seemed out of place or out.
No, you could tell they spoke about the match, like the beats of the match before, and which made it look kind of fluid. Because sometimes you could tell some matches where they kind of have certain beats, but they're making everything up as they go along as well, and you can see where some people's foot in and all that's not in the right place.
Yeah,
but this one never got that feeling.
And then the highlight of the match for me was, I do not know, this is how out of touch I am. I do not know the man in the prime bottle.
Oh, yeah. I only know him because of some scam that he was involved in. That's the only reason why I know the guy.
Well, I thought it was funny because he's barking and Randy Orton just takes him out. And then right before he RKO's, he's like, just... And I was like, freaking Randy is a treasure. Everybody's a treasure.
It's true. I'm glad we're living in the age of like wrestling treasures rather than like weirdos. Yeah. And then there's a bit, obviously, the brass nuts comes into play as well. Like several times, either Owens or Logan or Randy got hit the brass nuts, but he kicked out and all that. Which I thought, okay, yes, WrestleMania, you can do that. Also, there was a move where Kevin Owens kind of did like this top rope jackhammer to Logan Paul, because he normally does that suplex he does where he's on the top, then he turns around, but then this time it kind of looked like a jackhammer. I was like, oh, okay, that's in tribute to that loser, or showing that he can do it better than that loser. Don't want to say his name.
We're good.
Yes. Then there's many times where I thought Owens was gonna win. I was like, okay, because it kind of mirrored Sammy. I was like, okay, that'd be quite cool.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought he was just gonna win because of the shirt and Sammy.
Yeah,
like those are the only two things I had to base it off of.
I was like, oh, cool.
Also, I figured Logan was done with his tour and he needed to go do something else, but he's, like we said, he's into it. But yeah.
And then I think this is the closing sequence. Kevin Owens goes to give Randy a pop-up powerbomb, but then Randy reverses that into an RKO. Wait, no, is that before? No, that's later on. Sorry, no, it's a bit Wait.
Gosh.
No, that's it. Yeah, Kevin hits Logan with a pop-up powerbomb, and then Randy comes to give him an RKO. He reverses that, gives him a stunner, but Randy kicks out, and then they fight for
the punt. Is the punt next?
Oh,
the almost punt.
Yeah, that's when. We missed that. That's when.
I thought that was later on in the match. Was it in the middle?
Yeah, it was in the middle where he went to do it, and that's when that speed dude pulls out Logan, and that's when he reveals.
That's right. That's when we got bark RKO. Yeah. Okay.
Which I thought punt might come. Like, it's a new era after we saw the brainbuster. So maybe no.
I would have liked to see the pun. I'm not gonna lie. I was always a fan of the pun.
Same here. Until I realized, like in real life, how many people actually messed up. Like, oh, okay, maybe
People not moving and people not being in place.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, maybe
Foley actually getting a concussion.
Yeah, and I think then he gave name retracted one as well.
Yes.
Yeah. When he kicked him
and a busted tooth, which I thought was hilarious.
Hilarious. Looking back now, I'm quite glad it happened. This is the sequence now. Yep, now I remember.
Yeah.
He reverses the RKO. I mean, the power bomb to an RKO, and then Logan comes in. I believe he hits Randy with the brass knucks, throws him out the ring, and then frog splashes. Does that huge frog splash where he like literally hands.
He does a toe touch.
Yeah. Pins Owens and wins, so he's still the the US champion.
US champion.
The US champion.
I like that, the US champion. That's a very American thing. Very, very solidary American. Instead of the US, the US champion, because everything's about them. I can say that.
You say it, you're American.
Thank God I'm only half.
And then we had the semi-main event, which is the winner of the Women's 2024 Royal Rumble, Bayley, San Francisco's own, even though I don't know what. No, San Jose's own, and I have special connection because that's the WrestleMania I went to, versus the Genius of the Sky and de facto leader of Damage Control.
They said we don't have a leader, but yeah, she's de facto leader.
Yeah. Io Sky. Formerly known as
this is ahead of time. I am biased. This is my match of the night.
You know what? I may have to agree. It's tied, obviously, for the next one because obviously.
Yes. Sorry. This is my wrestling match of the night.
Yeah. Because I love Bayley. I love Io.
Freaking Bayley's entrance. I'm glad commentary was there because I don't even know if they were BSing. I still don't understand Bayley's. Was it cool? Yes. Like, was she super happy? Yes. So that makes it even better.
Yeah.
But I don't get it. I don't know what it was. Am I out of touch?
No. Because I was sitting there. Because I thought, because she's Mexican, right? So I thought it was some weird, not weird, but I thought it was something to do with like the Aztecs. But then I saw the pyramid and I was like, wait, it doesn't look like an Aztec pyramid, but that's like an Egyptian pyramid. But then there's scarabs. I'm confused. And then I thought it was like a weird Blue Beetle tie-in, but then I was like, Blue Beetle came out last year.
And then commentary saying it's because there's a park, an Egyptian park where she lives, and then you saw my wife. She had the best thing. She's like, I thought she was a WoW character.
Yeah, and then once she sent the picture, I was like, yeah, that makes more sense than what commentary was saying to me. Unless Bayley doesn't seem too much of a nerd, so she's like, yeah, Egyptian.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know because she's good friends with, you know, breaking kayfabe. She's good friends with Dakota Kai and Thea Trinidad, and they're all super into cosplay and stuff. So maybe she is.
So that would have made sense to me, but no, something about a random park near where she lives, and there's a random pyramid there. Like,
I hope someone actually fact checks that and finds out because I want to know the truth.
Yeah, because I was sitting there like, I want to buy this, but
it seems very last minute.
Yeah, like if you just said to me, yeah, she likes Egyptian stuff, like, okay, cool, and then I'll be fine with it. Not like trying to connect dots that probably ain't there. So like, okay, this has hurt my brain more than it should. And then she has a new entrance theme song as well, where because I was sitting there, I was like, it has the same beginning, like.
Okay, maybe that's why I blanked out. Like my brain might have been on autopilot. I was like, no, I remember the bit, but now that you said that.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I think, because I watched the press conference afterwards, she mentions it as well. But I thought originally, because there was some hints to this on social media like weeks ago, that she was going to get the lady from Paramore, Hayley Williams, to sing her entrance or something like that. But I guess it didn't come through. Because she was like, yeah, I'll give you rights to use one of my songs. Like, oh, okay, that's cool. What?
Are you happy or sad we didn't get the reintroduction of side ponytail wacky inflatable flailing arm man Bayley?
As much as I love that character, I don't know how you go back to that without being
Right.
offensive. Like, you know, concussion, and then it leads back to that. But that's a bit weird.
You're gonna go the gold dust route.
Yes, but like fully lean into it where she's just like randomly swears and stuff like that. I would. That's how I would do it. But then I'll probably get cancelled. So
Yeah, we'll pass on that.
yes.
We'll pass. But no, she's happy. Her gear looked really cool.
Yeah. She shaved the side of her head again. I was like, oh, that's cool.
That was really cool. I know that was a weird thing. I was like, that's pretty bold.
Yeah.
You're either going to be off TV for a long time to let it grow back, or you're winning.
Yeah, because
and I don't know which one it is.
Yeah, you don't do that if you're losing. That's going a bit soon. And then Io's entrance was. Wait, did she have a special entrance?
So her entrance, she came out with Damage Control.
Yeah.
But her thing was her music, and it was more of a Tron-based entrance. Yeah. And I thought it was really cool because the deep bass and the altered bass was changing around with the lights. Like, boom, 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 boom. Like the lights were doing the thing as she. So it had her movement. It had her go 1, 2, 3, and as she did that, the lights changed and it went across. I thought it was really cool, and I thought it suited her and her character.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that again then. Cool.
I legit thought that she was coming down to the ring with Damage Control.
That's what I thought.
But then when that didn't happen, I'm like,
But then I thought, okay, maybe they'll come down later. They don't. Because I thought I kind of remember Corey Graves kind of making reference to, he said something, and for some reason I thought, oh, damn it, because how they filmed it was still a wide shot, so you couldn't see outside the ring. So okay, maybe Damage Control was there, but no, they were in the back watching.
Yeah, no, yeah. There's footage of them watching backstage too that was sent to me. I'll watch that later. But again, favorite wrestling match of the night, and I don't know how much Joshi wrestling you watched.
A bit.
Of course, because I lived in Japan, I got to watch a lot of it.
Yeah. And
it was very cool. This was not a Bayley style match. This was an EO style match.
Yes, I kind of thought that.
And that's why I was so into just because there weren't spots. For me, everything was very fluid and it fit together. And there wasn't a lot of resting. And I really, really enjoyed that. It just kept going and going and going. Also, EO's gear, freaking chef's kiss.
Yeah. Both their gears were amazing. I was like, oh.
Yeah. But I felt kind of bad for them because at the same time, by the end, maybe this is just a testament to them and how hard they were hitting each other. Yeah. Bayley's pants are freaking ripped apart.
Yeah.
EO's tassels are coming off. And it was, they both look like $1 million.
And I might have to go back and look at this because your wife was saying that, or was it you, that Bayley had like a picture of her face on her costume?
No, that was my wife. She totally called it out. She sent it. Bayley was self-imposing Bayley.
Yeah, so I need to go and look back and like, oh, okay. For some reason, I always like it when wrestlers do that. I think it's some weird like ego but not ego thing. Yeah.
Also, we got angry eyebrow referee, which I'm very thankful we did. Did you see his eyebrows?
Yeah.
They were just painted on. It was instant like just surprised angry, permanent surprised angry face. Wonderful.
But yeah, like you said, I would agree with you. It's probably the best wrestling match of the weekend next to Sammy and Gunther. The main sort of story of this match was Bayley's bum knee.
Yeah.
Which I kind of forgot that. Yeah, she was gone for a year because of her knee. I forgot about that. And they brought out like, oh snap, and then Io attacked.
I think that was a way for her to be in Damage Control, not after doing it because of the bum knee, so she could be on TV while she was recruiting.
And then they kind of did the same thing with Dakota when she done her knee in as well. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
kind of to keep her on, but she was like the mouthpiece kind of.
Yeah.
Good match, really good match. So much happens.
Any standouts for you? Because I have two.
One that's like the closing sequence stood out to me.
Yes.
But before that, there was the multiple moonsaults. I kind of like that when she done from the second rope, the first rope. And
such a Joshi thing to do.
Yeah, that stuck out to me. No, that's yeah. When Bayley went to give her the rose plant, and Io just like flipped out of it, and then like no. I was like, oh.
So good.
Yeah,
so good.
I was like, oh, that reminds me of the time Mustafa Ali handstanded out of a RKO. And I was like, I've never done that before.
So I'm actually gonna. It's not really a spoiler because you haven't seen it. So that in my brain, that was a shout out to Kairi Sane and her last pillage over to Japan.
Yeah.
Because there's a finisher similar to the rose plant where it's the knee on top of your head instead of on the side.
Okay, yeah.
And she rolled that out into a submission and then a face plant. So I was like, oh, that's really cool. I don't know if it was meant to be a shout out to Kairi, but that's how I took it. And I thought it was really freaking cool.
All right, before I go back into the match as well, what is your opinion of Kairi coming back? Are you happy that she's back?
I understand why she's back.
Yeah.
I'm happy to see her anywhere because I think she's an amazing talent. She's been pushed off to the side because her communication skills and the way that she wrestles doesn't go well in singles matches because people don't communicate with her well and she doesn't communicate with people well.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's why the Kabuki Warriors were pushed back together so quickly.
Yeah.
Because, which I'm happy to have. They're freaking amazing. Again, Asuka's a treasure.
Yeah.
Treasure status, WrestleMania. But I'm happy to see her back. How about you?
I'm the same. Like, I only saw bits of her last run in Stardom, and I kind of felt that they kind of did the TNA AJ thing to her where they like, oh, when in doubt, Kairi, and then push her away. Like the whole, she was the first IWGP Women's Champion, right? And they kind of pushed her, and then soon as no like slight against Mercedes Moné because I like Mercedes Moné, like as soon as she comes in, that weird botch finisher thing at Wrestle Kingdom.
Again, communication, not communication.
Yeah. And then she instantly lost it, and then they kind of just put her on the back burner for a while, and then she left. So I was like, So I was kind of happy that they brought her back.
Her spinning back fist in Stardom compared to WWE is so toned down.
Really?
Like, she looks like she's going to take her head off, and also the sound that it makes is amazing. I sound like all I watch is female wrestling.
Speaking of, like, Stardom and stuff like that, like, there's this running gag I got my friend at work. Which is Stardom and everything. I love Julia. Like, this is the gag about it. I love Julia. I think she's
the newest not surprise in NXT.
Yeah, but I've never actually watched one of her matches.
No.
So there's a running gag me and him. How like, she's the best wrestler. I've never watched one of her matches. I love her. I don't know why.
You've
never.
No.
Well, I watch highlights and stuff, and I watched this weird YouTube. I say weird. This YouTube video where some guy was like. Something Meerkat, I can't remember his name, and he was like basically breaking down all the storylines and everything in Stardom, and it talked about Julia when she cut off her hair just to prove a point. And I was like, oh, she's amazing. And to this day, so my gimmick is, she's got to be her #1 fan, but never watch a match until
I like it. I like your story arc.
Yeah, I was like, I'm doubling down. She's doubling down.
If she comes in if Julia does show up, I don't want to see her in the faction. I want to see her face. Yeah. Because her and Kairi will put on a banger match.
Because I think I reckon she'll be in NXT for a bit, then they'll bring her up. Yeah. Because apparently I don't think she actually knows. Even though she was born in England and lived here, she doesn't know English. Yeah. So I think they'll put her in NXT for a bit. They might even do like their EO thing because EO was in NXT for a while, but she was dominant for like 2 years, wasn't she? When she had the NXT Women's title.
I mean, she was Spotfest EO for the first year. She was wrestling EO. For the second half, she was Spotfest EO.
Yeah, when she turned heel and then got her entrance music was awesome. Boom,
God, it's such good music. I love that music. I know people hate it. I love that music.
I love it. It's like my second favorite music.
Behind Roman Reigns, right?
Yes. One's up. Yeah.
Put your broken ones. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll that in a bit.
But we said so much about this match, but the biggest takeaway for me in this match was Bayley not being able to hit her moves the way that she wanted to with the impact she did, so she had to get more creative.
Yes. So like even that the final rose plant she does to win was like, oh wow, you had to like she goes for her macho elbow, missed it, and then finally like the whole end sequence where she gives her the back boy EO that awesome like back suplex, which is slightly different from back boy drop. I don't know, and then goes to the top rope, hits the elbow drop, picks her up, hits the rope plant, which I thought maybe EO would do the flip thing out again, but like no, you can't really like milk that reversal already.
Yeah,
and gets the win. You can see how happy like Bayley is and how commentary's selling.
Yeah,
like it's her, which I found hilarious. It's like I think it's her 8th WrestleMania or something, but her first one-on-one match.
Yeah,
I was like, really?
Which when they said that, I was right there with you. I was like, really?
Like, wow. And like all the compliments is like, wow, and that's the only thing she's done. Okay, that's good on her. They finally
because she was never really a part of any of the other horsewomen stuff because she got brought up so late and name redacted treated her like crap.
Yep. Or when it could have done it, she was injured or one the other one. Yeah. So it's never really worked out for her. I was like, oh,
and you heard Bayley. Papa H singing her praises during the press conference.
Yeah. Because you could tell he was one of her girls. Yeah. So yeah, and Bayley won, so everyone's happy. I was happy. The fans were happy.
So, do you think there will be a rematch, or do you think that this is end? Bayley goes on to the next thing.
I think they may be a rematch, or they might hold the rematch off for a bit.
Because I feel like everything else that has happened in WrestleMania has been very definitive. Yeah. I don't feel like this was definitive.
No, I think this might be the only one, like you said, might be the only one that may have a rematch.
Yeah.
Because Sammy's kind of definitive, for now, anyway, at least. The Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, I reckon that's definitive, or someone in that's gonna go to something else. The other few might carry on with 2 people, but a third person's gonna move on.
Yeah,
and the tag team stuff, that's all split off again because different brands. So that's pretty cool.
The women's tag titles.
Yeah, that has its ups and downs, more downs than ups. And then we had Snoop Dogg, who come out with the Eagle cheerleaders and announced the attendance for both nights. I was like, oh, Snoop, cool. You've done what you have to do. Get that
Happy
money.
Snoop.
Yep, get that money, buddy. Even though he like I said,
every time he's around Pat McAfee always says, "Do you smell that?"
Yeah, I like that. I was like, wow, not subtle at all, but
no.
And then we had our main event of all the WrestleManias in time and space.
You're not even kidding.
No, dude, just the build-up package they had for this is like, oh wow, this is gonna be epic. And then build-up package saying, basically what's happened so far, and including what happened the night before when they lost to the Bloodline and the final boss. And then Cody comes out with his Triple H inspired skull mask.
I do agree.
He'll give you a real good deal, and I actually enjoyed it. Like, his entrance is pretty cool. Like the post-apocalyptic land, I guess.
Yes.
the flag saying like he's coming to stop the bloodline and everyone.
Well, I felt it. I took it differently. I thought as Tron was like, my entire world is burned down, but I need to persevere. Like this is my battlefield.
That makes sense.
Because remember his song Kingdom? That's his kingdom.
Yeah. They took it all away.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense now.
Or am I just? Does it really make sense, or am I being a nerd?
No, it makes sense. It makes more sense than what I thought. Just like he watched Mad Max and then was inspired.
Dude, maybe. Well, you know what? Maybe Mad Max was the inspiration.
Well, Mad Max's spirit inspires like a lot of things. If we're honest, Fist or other things in the apocalypse. Yeah.
Brandy coming out.
Yes, Brandy. Yeah, and yeah, That was. I was happy. This was Brandy. That's cool.
Yeah.
And
so we got a full list of all of the AEW people that were there.
Oh yeah, okay.
Like 12 people in attendance that have been noted.
Yeah.
So you got Ricky Starks, Kenny, Arn.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kenny was there, but Kenny hasn't been wrestling for a while.
Yeah.
Arn was there. And then I already said Ricky Starks. I can't, gosh, I looked at the list before we did this and I can't remember now, but there was a fair amount of AEW people there and people were like, oh, AEW. And I'm like, they're here to support Cody. They're here to see it. Let the people live.
Yeah.
Let them do their thing.
They're human.
Sorry, I just made that. I just made that into something, but I thought it was really cool that, friends are friends and friends are there to support friends. Yeah. That was my point. Like, I thought that was really cool.
I'm surprised that Dustin wasn't there. Or could he have been?
Backstage.
Yeah. Because I know
I'm not gonna lie, I thought Pharaoh was gonna come out.
Yeah, that would
after the whole Paul Heyman, I hate your stupid dog.
Or The Rock calls him S-head. Yeah.
Oh God! Well, the internet came for Rock. They're like, "Don't mess with Pharaoh."
But I get it. Pharaoh's a cool dog. I like him.
He's best boy.
He's the best boy. Yeah, so he comes out, and then, like you said, I didn't notice this until you said it. We were talking earlier about Cody's entrance. He was in the ring, was going on for ages. Like, I'm pretty sure there's been like 7. Whoa! I was like, oh, okay, we're gonna milk in a moment. It weren't until you said for the Roman entrance where they had to get like the whole orchestra out, and everyone was like, oh, yep, that makes sense now. That explains it. Yeah,
I'm just like, why? Why is this going on for so long? Like,
even he looked like kind of. Like, okay, I need to feel like, how much time can I fill by just waving my arms out?
Gonna circle the ring again. Gonna go up to another ring post, and I'm just like, photo ops? Is that what this is? And then like they zoom out, and I was like, oh, they had to set up an entire freaking orchestra.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, good on them for doing it in like 4 minutes. But yeah, it's like
right.
And then
the conductor, it was the most aggressive conductor I've ever seen in my life.
I was like, he might kill someone if they're offbeat. I don't know. And then, yes, the tribal chief comes out to an orchestra, which was awesome.
Yes, it was really cool. I think it's because, and I'm not complaining about this. I'm not going to be the person that complains, but I feel like it's because it was an open air stadium and not a closed stadium, that the music was, you could hear it, but it was so faint.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, I had to crank up the volume.
Same. I was like, oh, okay. Once I cranked up, I was like, okay, yep, I get it. That sounds cool. But then, like you're saying, if it was like a closed stadium, probably sounded a lot better.
Yeah.
And I just realized this is like the first time Roman's had like an elaborate entrance.
Is it?
Yeah. Because like last year as well, when he fought Cody, he just had a normal basic, like just his. Then the year before with name retracted to. He's had a normal entrance. I think it had more fireworks. That was about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say he normally gets a crap ton of. I feel like the pyro was actually cut back this year.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay.
What did because I don't know if we're going to continue seeing it. What do you think about the giant like 2021 Roman Reigns figure being on the screen every time he comes out?
change. I at first I liked it, but now I was like, change it because he looks kind of different now, or at least change like what he's wearing. It just kind of change maybe the t-shirt and that's it. At least make him topless or something, you know, because see all his manly meat. But I don't know, it was
big meaty meat.
And I didn't know how like great shape he's in. Because he makes the Rock...
Because he wears sweats all the time. That's what I love.
I was like, oh, wow. Like, he saw his six-pack and, like, he's just, like, cut. He makes the Rock look big, but just big. Like, Roman looks defined.
Yeah.
Wow. He is the tribal chief. He is, you know, the man.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, so he had his awesome entrance. And then we had the obvious, like, intro with Samantha Irving, who did an awesome job over the 2 days, if I'm honest. She's top tier ring announcer, in my opinion.
She really is. Yeah. Also, they better give her back the Chelsea Green thing. That is just a complete sidebar. But...
oh, that's the only other thing missing WrestleMania. No Chelsea Green.
She was doing a lot of social media, also. I think she's injured.
Oh, that makes sense.
I could be making that up.
Oh, either way, she was missed.
Yeah.
So then, this match starts with the usual, you know, feeling out sort of process, and Roman kind of underselling Cody, like, oh, this guy, you know, who is he? I'm God, he's mere mortal, sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Which works. Okay, it works. And then they literally, I think, like a couple of minutes in, Roman goes for a spear. Cody moves out the way and he hits like the turnbuckle really hard, flies out the ring. Then they brawl for a bit in the ring outside, and then Cody rolls him back in. And as Cody's going to get in, Roman just rolls out, and then you see Cody like,
if he keeps doing this, I'm going to get blown up.
Yeah. So then they fight a bit more. Cody goes to try and bring Roman back in the ring, and then this is where the first, like, we know this is where it's going down Bloodline Rules match, where Roman gets out a kendo stick, starts hitting Cody over the shoulder.
Hold on, can I time you out on one thing? Yeah. One thing I love that happened. Yeah. Cody pulls out the table, Roman throws it right back under.
Like,
that
no.
I was like, oh. I loved it.
I love it. You. I love that.
He's like, no, absolutely not. This is my match, not yours.
I was like, Roman, you are treasure. You are treasure. He's another one who's a treasure.
Yep, treasures.
Then they brawl again, and they brawl into the crowd. And there's a spot where they're on a platform. I don't actually know what it is. Was it a crane?
Hold on. Did you hear Pat McAfee comment on the cheesesteaks when they were like, don't step on the cheesesteaks?
No, I missed that bit. Oh. But there's when they're doing tables, this suplex spot, there was a guy in the crowd that I couldn't take my eyes off. Like when Roman goes to do the suplex, and then Cody
he's like back up.
And there's a guy in the background. He's watching. He's kind of like mimicking it, and it's really weird. I was like, "Why are you doing this?" But I can't take my eyes off of you.
I don't know. There's fans are going to be fans, and also people from Philly are going to be people from Philly. Like there's a reason that they grease the light poles after a football game in Philly, and it's so people can't climb up them.
Really?
I'm not. You can look that up.
Dude, I believe you because of that riot a couple of years ago when the Eagles won a Super Bowl when they like basically destroyed half their city and punched the horse. I was like, yeah, these people are crazy.
Yep.
What's the horse done to you? Why? So yeah, they do that suplex. Then you go back into the ring. Cody does a disaster kick, but Roman's like, no, catches him and gives him a last ride suplex. Yeah. It's last ride and powerbomb. Last ride. Yeah. Which is pretty. Like, oh yeah, Roman can do that because technically,
like he caught him good too, and he's like, nope.
And I was like, oh, that makes sense because he absorbed that move from when he defeated the Undertaker. You know, he's kind of like Mega Man, and that when they beat someone, moves absorb.
So shout out to the Perfect Plex because Mr. Perfect's like one of my favorite wrestlers ever, and that was an amazing Perfect Plex. Yeah. And then when he did the Crossroads, he's like, this move is crap. Yeah, you couldn't beat anybody with it. It's trash.
I was like, oh, and I think it's a bit after this when he calls him, I'm gonna send you back to Hollywood, you little bitch. I was like,
yeah,
I'm
and
gonna send you to
he's
Hollywood,
like,
you little bitch.
he's like, I enjoy kicking his ass, and Paul Heyman's like, as you should, my tribal chief.
I was like, Roman trash talk, like in the ring during matches is top tier. It just makes me laugh. Like he's great. And then yeah, he hits perfect plex, and then he puts Cody into the corner, does multiple like clotheslines to him, and then he runs to the other corner, and I think he's going for like a running clothesline. I don't think it's gonna be a spear. And then Cody gives him a super kick. Roman bounces.
Is that the boot super kick yeah.
Like double clothesline. Yeah, that was a good sequence. Oh, that's cool. All right. And then Cody finally hits a disaster kick, and he gets a 2 count. And then, oh yeah, this is where it comes up to the crossroads where Cody goes to do a Cody cutter, and then Roman catches him and then does it. Like you said, he's like, oh, this move is trash. It can't beat anyone. I was like, it's true. It's something that was established in AEW.
I hope someone memes that with everything in the world, like everything that's negative. Yeah. This doesn't work.
This doesn't work. This is trash. So then, yeah, he's like, no one can get him with it. They fight some more, and then
I think that's when we got our first low blow.
I think so. Yeah, I think it's the first low blow. And then
like it was outside the ring, like it trickled outside, and we got the first low blow.
First low blow, and then
maybe the only low blow.
Cause I know the night before, The Rock kicked him in the dick, like blatantly, and the ref's like, he kicked Seth, and then the ref's like, oh.
He's like, don't you count? I'll fire you.
I'll fire you. He's like, oh well, rookie. Yeah, low blow. Then the announce table. He gets. He goes to put Cody through the announce table, but Cody
clears off the second table.
Yeah, and then I think there's a Superman punch here because I put a Superman punch and gets a 2. Oh no! Wait, I want to skip that because my notes. I think I read this bit when I was tired, so I'm gonna skip that note.
It was a long night.
And then
you weren't the only one. Sleeping H was tired too, as a referee.
He wanted to be in bed. He wanted to be anywhere else but there.
Sleeping H. Also, Pat McAfee referring to him as Little H.
Yeah. Some of the weird, some of the references he made, I'm like, only a few people get that, and I like that you do that.
I'm like, dude, Pat McAfee, you're a mark, and you're glorious for it.
You're a cool mark. You're not one of those weird marks that just too inside baseball, as the term's called. And then wait, then Roman goes for a spear. Yeah, that was it. And then Roman goes for a spear. Cody moves, and then he runs and off the rope and actually hits him with Cody cutter. Roman kicks out, please, Roman.
And then it's is this Crossroads 1, 2, then Solo Sikoa? No, Crossroads 1.
Yes, Crossroads
and then
1.
Jimmy.
Yeah, that's it. Goes to a crossroad, and then Roman knees him in the head, and then he gets out, and then Cody hits his own spear. Then Cody goes for a crossroads and goes for a second one. Then Jimmy comes in, and super kicks him.
Yep, and then Jay comes and cancels him out.
Yep,
and spears him off the stage.
That looked terrifying.
It did, and the camera angle wasn't there, but just watching them, I'm like, that looked like you didn't land well, and I hope everybody's okay.
So it must have, because Jay came out later, so he may be fine.
Jimmy might not be.
Jimmy, different story. Because even when you
no yeet. Jimmy said no yeet.
That'd be funny when he's falling down. No yeet.
Can we please go back and see if it's mic'd?
I think it is. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, and then Roman and Cody fight some more.
And then
some more spears, but Roman.
That's when Cody he's going for the trifecta, but he only gets 2 off.
Yeah,
and then Solo comes in.
So Solo comes in, and it's kind of like a replay of last year, which I think he looked over the wrong. you see a bit. He's like, he looks over his shoulder, like, yeah, I'm gonna look at my shoulder this time to make sure he's not there. But he looks over the wrong shoulder.
Yep.
And then Solo comes, Solo and Spike.
Solo yelling at him, finish it. And Roman's like, I'm trying.
I know, calm down. And then
know.
They do
also, God, Solo. So I can't stand Solo.
The worst thing is, I used to like Solo, but then since the John Cena thing, they've just made him look like an idiot. Because I was a huge fan of him murdering John Cena with the Simone and Spikes. But then because like, oh, okay, kind of makes sense. Because I thought, oh, they're gonna do something cool with Solo. Nope. No.
I liked it when he made Roman feel tense.
Yeah.
Like, but they took that away so fast, and like, I'm like, you guys could have gone somewhere with this.
Yep.
And somewhere along the line, they kind of got me uninvested in Solo.
Yeah, same. And I really thought at one point he could have been the next tribal chief, but no, at this point, could be Jimmy. I mean, at this point, Jimmy makes more sense, even though he's insane. But yeah. And then, so
spear thumb,
and then Cody kicks out, and then the unseeable man comes, which is awesome, and he takes out Solo twice because attitude adjustments him, and then
takes him outside the ring.
Attitude adjustment to Roman. Yep. And then he goes out in the ring, gives Solo the attitude adjustment through the table. And then we hear final boss.
Rock says.
Yeah. And Rock says, comes down, swearing as usual, which I love it.
This reiteration. Okay, so this is I don't want to ruin your fan base. Hot take.
Yeah. I
have never enjoyed what The Rock did until this iteration of him. I've never liked him as a character.
See, I get that. I always liked like snarky heelish Rock but then that only lasted for like a short while. Then he became, and then I enjoyed Hollywood Rock, and then now, final boss Rock is the best because he's just this angry man shouting at clouds.
Yep. Angry, board of director Rock.
Yeah, he owns it all. And I own the name.
I really like it. I really like this iteration of Rock, and it's just character development over time, and more creative freedom with name redactive gone. You can do what you want. I really like this iteration of Rock, and I'm very happy that I as a wrestling fan finally got to say I like The Rock because I've never been able to say it before.
And I'm happy you could say that. I'm happy. No, seriously, I'm happy that you could say that because
you better be happy. I'll slap the herpes off your face.
Oh, he's the best. So
he really is.
Him and Cena kind of have a face off, and he just rock bottom Cena. He was like, oh, okay. And
John trying to hide his bald spot the entire time.
Yeah, which was a bit awkward.
Should have left your hat on, bro.
Yep. And then after that. Wait, doesn't he go? He takes off the belt to go and whip Cody, doesn't he?
Yep.
Wait, no. The dong's not yet. And then he takes the belt off to go and.
Oh no, that's right. Dun-dun.
And then we hear. Dun-dun.
Which I'm very upset. The camera work on this was crappy.
Yeah.
I didn't even see him come in.
No, that was like the main. I'll say, the possible biggest fail of WrestleMania was that.
Yeah, and also I felt like The Rock reacted too soon. Seth didn't even get to stand up in the ring.
And then
or maybe he did and it was just the camera work, but no, that. Ooh, that was such a good sequence. Sorry.
Yeah. And then so he's looking for him in the crowd because he comes as shield Seth Rollins, so you think he could come from the crowd. But then if that's the case, it'll take 10 minutes to get from one side to the other because it's a stadium. But anyway, and then we see Roman slide in, and then Superman punches Seth, who has a chair, the original sin, as people call it, because this is where the whole tribal chief started. Really, when you think about it, the whole chair shot with the shield, put him in his weird insecure place. So yeah, he does that. And then we hear the gong. Lights go out.
And okay, so I need you to help me here.
Okay, I can help. Hopefully.
What did Taker have to do with The Rock? Because they never had a big feud.
I was myself like, wait.
So this is where my wrestling brain goes.
Yeah.
They did this to kind of end sports entertainment and transition into pro wrestling.
Maybe. Or I feel like if Hunter could still wrestle, that spot maybe would have been for him. That would make more sense. Because I don't remember. Wait. Yeah, I don't remember The Rock and Undertaker having that much of a feud.
Nothing.
I remember was the time when he made fun of The Rock. When he made fun of Undertaker when he put his eyes.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah,
Just look at me, I'm a dead man.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so I didn't understand why he was there.
The god of, I don't know. It's not. I don't know. I need to explain to me as well. I was confused by it. I marked out for it, but even though I was like, this doesn't make sense.
That was like I was able to put John Cena together. Like you heard me. I had to tell my wife. I was like, him and Solo had a match. She's like, I completely forgot about that murder happening.
Yeah.
Like everything else made sense except for the Undertaker. But you know, it was there. It happened. I guess. Do you think it's because The Rock is the final boss and the Undertaker's like, no, this is my yard?
Yeah. That makes sense. This is my yard. Yeah. That makes more sense. Yeah. Now that you put it that way, that makes sense to me.
God, I'm trying to make sense of wrestling folklore sometimes.
And then so he chokeslams The Rock. Lights go out. They both disappear. And then.
This was good. This was good storytelling here.
Yeah, this is good storytelling. So Seth's still in the ring, obviously, recovering from the Superman punch. And then the lights go up. We see the Mama Rose weight belt and a chair. And also in the frame, you see Roman and Cody. And they both sort of like start edging towards the quote-unquote weapons. Roman sees a chair and chooses the chair because, you know, that is the origin of his whole trauma. And then he has a choice to hit Cody or Seth. And he looks at Cody, then he sees Seth, and he remembers...
You started this.
Yeah, you started all this. And then
God, that was so
good. Kills Seth with a chair. And then after that, Cody gets the upper hand. Roman goes to hit Cody with a chair. Cody ducks it, kicks him in the gut. Hits one crossroads, rolls through, hits another, rolls through, looks around this time.
Yes. Goes for number 3.
Hits number 3 and gets the 1, 2, 3, and he ends the 1,361 day reign of the Tribal Chief.
66 days, I thought. Yeah. Was it 61?
I think it's 61.
It was ridiculous. It was long, and I'm glad. I don't know about that. I'm glad we kind of have a longer modern wrestling reign, so we don't always have to refer to Bruno Sammartino, Hulk Hogan. We can say Roman Reigns now.
Yeah. And I for a minute though thought Roman's gonna kick out for like a split second.
Did you?
Kick out? Yeah. And then no, I was like, oh, okay.
Samantha Irvin's voice cracking and being so happy when
she was emotional about it. I was like, oh,
everybody, they like. So going back to the AEW people, like it showed Ricky Starks, like he was crying.
Yeah.
Like, and Brandy looked like she had a good cry too. Like everybody was just so happy.
And then, so Cody celebrated. What I liked as well, you saw like. Just before they show like a wide shot with him in the belt, and then it kind of switches. But before that, you see like Sammy run into the ring and slide in because he's one of the first people.
Yes.
And there's another bit I forgot to say as well. During the chokeslam, I messaged you about this already. During the chokeslam to the Undertaker gave to The Rock. If you look in the corner, you see John Cena on the floor. He's smiling.
He's smiling so hard.
He's just happy to be here.
Oh, that's something that I missed. There was the camera angle. So.
Yeah.
You have different cameras. A camera angle shown where during the final pin, Roman is smiling during his pin, and they changed So in the original, so
Yeah.
you and I, when we went back and we rewatched it,
Yeah.
they used a different camera angle. In the original, he's smiling, and they changed the camera angle so you can't see his smirk.
I can see why his spine's like, we pulled off something amazing, and he's
right. I mean, they did that. You know, it only took 30 minutes to get to the last 10 minutes of that match.
There was something else I saw on social media, which I thought was pretty cool. Like, when Cody's obviously like celebrating and stuff, you see Roman at the top of the ring with Paul Heyman, and Paul Heyman is hugging him like for a good long time. I think they're probably talking about what they've done, and don't know if Roman's done now.
I mean, you know, the man, you know, he's in remission, but you know, he's still fighting cancer.
Yeah.
And as you know, a person who has dealt with cancer previously myself, there are days when your body just gives out on you, and you know, he's still taking oral treatment to keep it repressed, and it's, you know, I'm sure that takes a toll on his body. Cancer takes a toll on your body. And you know, if he needs time off, but after doing this for how long? I think he said 31 title defenses.
Yeah.
Not to mention the tag team things, and doing all that to your body. You know, if he takes time off, that's fine.
Yeah.
I hope down the line, because The Rock looked angry, like at the end of the match. I hope it'd be kind of cool if we got Rock Roman.
Yeah. Because I wouldn't want this, if this was Roman's last match, but okay, cool, that's a good like send off. But I think it needs to be more defined. Like, it's actually like him done. We need to have like the closing of the bloodline. Him hopefully beating The Rock, because that's what should naturally happen. And I don't think he needs a redemption arc where he becomes a face. He don't need all that. He doesn't, in my opinion.
No.
Be, you know, psycho bloodline leaner, and then like, you know what, I'm done with this. I'm going to Hollywood because they come to me. He said, well, okay.
I'm going to go make Fast and Furious 25.
Well, overall, I like the whole end where everyone come in. They gave him the Lex Luger, as they say.
Yes, I was totally thinking that.
But at least he actually won.
Yeah, I was going to say, he won the match. He didn't just body slam him. He just won the match. Mama Rhodes getting the belts.
Yeah, that was cool.
You know, Brandy's Papa being in the ring too, and
just
everyone being genuinely excited. I really do feel like the phrase of the evening and all of WrestleMania, like it really cemented the new era.
Yeah.
Like everyone seems genuinely excited for the future in the company, and that seems super cool.
Yeah, and I like that Sammy looked more excited, like the most excited person in there. Like he was so happy.
I don't understand why Sammy was so excited.
Because I know, like in the press conference, he talks about. Cause I watched it afterwards. He talks about how much like Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn means to him. Because he said if he didn't meet them, he never would have met the Bucks, and then AEW would never happen. I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
I didn't get to watch the press conference, so that's a tomorrow thing.
Yeah, it's really interesting. And then he even mentions like John Cena as well, because like you see as well, John Cena, like I text you saying like he seems like he's excited. They're very supportive older cousin, and then he speaks about what his relationship with John Cena is like. Oh, okay, that makes sense as well, because I think he says that he early in his career for like 2 years straight, he was like driving around John Cena, and while he was with him, he didn't realize that John Cena like dropping knowledge onto him and made him who he is. Like, oh, okay, that makes sense why Cena's actually out there rather than just he's Mr. Hollywood now. We need to like show that we're down with the kids. So that made sense. And then the LA Knight, because apparently him and LA Knight are friends in real life as well. So okay, that makes sense. But they could have like made
TNA
sort of saying from that. And everyone else, made sense. Phil came out. I was like, that's weird.
Yeah. You know, if they're friends, they're friends. I did not see that coming.
I was like, oh. And then there was an interaction I wanted to see, but didn't really show it. Like, because I know CM Punk and Cena are friends, like good friends in real life as well. I wanted to see them more interact. I don't know why. Oh, that'd been cool to see them like.
That is something they kept kayfabe for so long. I'm like, they fucking hate each other. They're like best of friends. And Phil's like, I'd work with him any day of the week because he knew what to do.
Yeah, I was just like on cruise control. So like, you know, he just said
Yeah.
this spot, blah, blah. Oh, okay.
And then we just, sorry, speaking about Cena, just real quick,
Yeah.
like we just found out that he's the one that planned out the entire Firefly Funhouse match. That's crazy.
Yeah, because I think I was listening to Stephen Ross talking about it, and they were talking about, that he texted like Bray all the ideas and stuff, and then he met up and they just went, oh, that's pretty.
I saw Cena talking about it on the Chris Van Vliet interview.
I've always liked Cena. He's a bit of a robot sometimes, but yeah, he's.
So, are you ready for this? I'm gonna throw something out there. This is pretty crazy. So, one of my old friends, Ted, grew up in Boston, and one of his friends went to university with John Cena.
Really?
And John Cena came to town, and I'm like, I can't afford freaking $50 for a ticket. And Ted's like, I know a guy. I'm like, you know a guy? What? And like, he calls his friend. His friend calls up John. John gives him 5 tickets. We all get to go wrestling, and we have a beer with John Cena. This is like 2004.
Wow. That's when he was still like Dr. Thugonomics.
Yes, and I thought that was so freaking cool, and I'm so glad I didn't, try to emulate him. Because I was impressionable college boy at that time.
Of course, yeah.
So, but yeah, that's my John Cena story.
John Cena's awesome. And
I
think what else happened? And then so we'll go back to like they're all celebrating the ring. Randy Orton comes out, another one that makes sense because
yeah.
And then Cody asks for the mic, and then they throw him the mic. He goes, "Yeah, I need someone to come down here. Here." Bruce Pritchard, who got booed because of he's involved with some stuff with name redacted, they say. And then Triple H,
Mr. Pink
and I like how Triple H looked like you could tell. Like I reckon he's putting
on.
He
was so upset.
Yeah, but I reckon he's putting on like I gotta look good.
Yeah.
And then him and Cody come down, and embrace, and that. Don't know. Again, that got me quite emotional. Like, oh,
And then he pulls Cody over the second rope after he's like, "All right, kid, our rent's about due on this place. We need to wrap this up."
I don't want to pay more money. So then, so everyone all leaves. Cody has a little moment again, and the nice little bit I saw. Well, I like this bit because it's set up for the future, where Kevin Owens helps Seth get out the ring, and then they're walking around, and then Seth's walking to the far side to come out, and then Cody sees him and acknowledges him, and he goes over, and then he basically says like, "Thank you, if it weren't for you,
Yeah.
You've lost everything for me to get something."
Mm-hmm.
And Seth's like does the nod like, says something I can't read lips, and then walks off.
Probably like see you down the road or something.
Yeah. I was like, I like that. I thought they were gonna not acknowledge that Seth basically put his whole not career, but his
current professional path in life on hold to make sure that Roman got what he got coming.
I was like, that's good storytelling. Clap, clap, clap.
Mm-hmm.
So and then Cody does more laps around the ring, and we get the watermark, and WrestleMania 41 Night 2 is in the bags. Yeah.
Yes. Good show. Good show. Very, very excited for
future
to see what pay-per-views are like going forward.
Yeah, I'm excited because I'm not gonna watch. I'm not probably gonna watch the Raw after WrestleMania because of I don't know. I just won't watch it. Actually, I might do. I might try and see if I can watch it somehow just to see what it may be setting up for what's coming next. But
I'll watch it tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, I just watch it like Twitter clips like I normally do. So I'm excited for the new Levesque era of the wrestling.
We will see. Overall, I'm excited to see how SmackDown gets restructured because Raw's Raw. I'm excited to see how SmackDown gets restructured.
Yeah, because technically Raw has 2 champions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So see how that works.
I think. Well, remember, this is a thing, and I don't know how well they'll stick with this. But originally, Rhea Ripley was the SmackDown's champion.
Yeah.
So I wonder if Judgment Day will just go there and take those 2 belts there, and then Bayley and Cody will stay on Raw.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because that kind of makes sense for now. And depends when the draft. Like, the draft should realistically, because remember how they used to do it was like a couple of weeks after WrestleMania, rather than that weird period where they wait till October, and then last year I think it was like June or something.
Maybe they'll do it after Backlash in France in May.
Yeah, that makes more sense, because then you kind of wrap up storylines that have anything kind of connected to WrestleMania, then you start fresh. Yeah. Interesting.
But yeah, it's thanks for having me come on. Let me say my piece.
Helping me do this.
Oh no, man. Anytime, you know. My perspective isn't always the best because my memory's garbage, but I had a joy watching this and going through all the moments with you. It was a lot of fun, so I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, I was like thank you for like technically we had a somewhat watch along for night 1 and then night 2. No, it was night 2. Yeah, but technically we watched it again, sort of.
Again, yeah.
Yeah. So thank you for that.
I'm so jealous of the bar that she got to go to. That was so cool. The Japanese wrestling and everything. God.
But yeah, once again, thank you. I guess I'll close this up. Let me just do the little outro rubbish. Not rubbish, but thank you for listening, everyone. If you can, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for watching the YouTube. Sub to the YouTube channel. Got lots of cool little things going there. And follow us on Instagram and Twitter, which will be on the screen somewhere. Actually, it's on the top if you're watching this. And Eric, is there anything you would like to plug?
You know, if you're into video games and you're into traveling, give All Access Arcade a like and a follow. We have a YouTube channel, we have an Instagram, and we have a TikTok. And we are best friends with Trip Around the Multiverse and Kyle Friendo. So you'll see us sharing their stuff and them sharing ours.
Yeah, and vice versa. And Eric may even be on again in a later episode. So,
ooh.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
I like that.
I have been the man who may have cried watching wrestling, Kyle Charles, and you have been makeup.
Oh, me. And I have been the voice that Randy didn't want in his head.
And thank you guys for taking a trip with us around the multiverse. Bye.
Bye.